Before I get into today's video, I actually want to go and quickly mention that I am here with a very, very special guest. You guys already probably know who he is. The guest for today is RiqNeel, otherwise known as UnderratedMage. So before we start talking about some very mysterious things within Fairy Tail, I want to quickly say that if you don't know who UnderratedMage is, be sure to check him out in the description below. Without further ado, today we will be discussing the darkest mysteries in the story of Fairy Tail. Now, there are many mysteries within the story of Fairy Tail. Some mysteries are left to be explained in the future, while others, for the most part, could even be considered to be plot holes within the story. So to kick this off, our first mystery consists of the Heartfilia namesake. Now, you guys are probably questioning how this could even be a mystery. For the most part, a lot of people don't notice this within the story of Fairy Tail. So let me go and quickly explain. We were introduced to Anna Heartfilia, Lucy's ancestor, many chapters ago. Someone who is also related to Lucy's mother, Layla, and Anna herself lived 400 years ago. Fast forwarding many centuries later, we then see Layla and Jude happily married to one another with Lucy as their daughter. But the problem is, both of their last names are Heartfilia, so the mystery really lies in the question of how this is possible to begin with. Layla is related to Anna, but she and Jude are both Heartfilias. Technically, Layla and Jude will both had the last name that Jude bared prior to their marriage because they are both married to one another, but both of them are Heartfilias. Overall, this is a really confusing mystery, and interesting mystery as well within the story of Fairy Tail.
The next mystery is RiqNeel's past. This is simply because RiqNeel, he is one of the biggest villains in Fairy Tail, and me personally, I believe that we have to figure out more about him because we don't know anything about him. Like, literally, his whole existence is just a mystery. So I do think that we have to figure out about RiqNeel's past, and I do think it's going to be one of the most interesting things, seeing why he hates dragons and why he hates humans at the same time. Even though he's really both of them, I can't wait to see what's going to go on about RiqNeel's past.
The next mystery is how Zeref survived to begin with. Over 400 years ago, 4 centuries ago, Zeref's parents and his beloved brother Natsu RiqNeel were all killed when a dragon came and ravaged their village. But for some reason, Zeref did not follow in their footsteps, and he did not lose his life on that day as well. And somehow, Zeref survived. He would then, of course, go on to revive his beloved brother Natsu RiqNeel. But when it does come down to it, I question how exactly Zeref survived through this tragedy to begin with. A lot of people try and say that it had to do with God Angstrom and his curse. However, Zeref wasn't cursed at this time and only ever received the curse when he revived his younger brother Natsu. Unlike the Heartfilia namesake thing, this will probably be something that we actually find out about in the future, seeing as Zeref is still yet to really go into much depth about his past. In the process, he went about reviving Natsu in the grand scheme of things, so to say the very least, I am definitely looking forward to that.
The last mystery that I have is the origins of Godslayer magic. Now, recently we figured out about the origins of Dragonslayer magic, and that was just a huge plot twist. Like, that was probably the biggest plot twist in Fairy Tail, if not one of them. But I can't wait to figure out the origins of Godslayer magic, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be something that's going to be similar to Dragonslayer magic, where it's just going to come out of nowhere and we're just going to be shocked and it's going to be hyped. Because Godslayer magic, even though it's not as prevalent in the series as Dragonslayer magic, it still is an amazing type of magic. So yeah.
And that'll just about do it for today's video. Tell us in the comment section below if you guys have any mysteries that you guys want to find out the answer to as well. Be sure that you guys check out UnderratedMage's channels in the description below. Like this video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.